subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update.
Join me today for some neighborhood Goodwill shopping. I'm in Houston, Texas. We'll pop into the store I haven't been into in probably a year, and they usually have some great brands. Come along. Last time I was here, I found Waterford crystal and Wedgwood. So be prepared, you never know what you'll find, but don't be disheartened if you don't have any success, because you can always make another trip and it might be the best one ever. And today is one of those days where we are finding some great things and top brands. And I cannot wait to show you these items. This is a Wilton Armetale William and Mary patterned bowl. This was one of the two patterns that I chose as a bride with the Wilton Armetale, and this is original. It's not made in China, so it's the true heavy piece. Oven to table, $29.99 I think is high for Goodwill. I would pay maybe $15, but then again, if you are looking to add that to your collection and you don't find that quality today, then maybe that's something you could consider. And everyone loves the blue and white. Let's take a look at these plates. I always say turn it over and learn more about the history. And this is Mottahedah, which is a company that makes reproduction pieces. This is a pattern from the 18th century. And even though $29.99 is a lot for each of these plates, I'm actually very surprised. I think for Mottahedah, that's actually a fair price. And there are two, so you could easily balance those out on a buffet by displaying them on an easel. And here is the blue willow that we all enjoy, $12.99. It's a rimmed soup, and look at that back stamp. That's something I've never seen before. It looks very old. And speaking of decorative pieces, this with a trio could actually look great on your wall. I don't know that I would necessarily serve off of those, although you could place maybe tea biscuits. And the back stamp, it's made in China. It's definitely reproduction. These are reticulated or pierced, and it makes for a really nice look if you have a wall that you're trying to add interest to. And $14.99. It's a bit high, but you've got a great look right there. And Delft from Holland, look at this. That's a jug. Perhaps you could use it as a decanter. $24.99. That probably is the going rate on the secondary market. I would expect it to be a little bit less here at Goodwill. So if you happen to hit it on the color of the week, which is not pink today, it's actually yellow, then you might have a better deal. And this brass cheese set with the bamboo handles is really nice and make a great gift. And let's take a look in the glass cases. It looks like kind of a mishmash of things, but we can look past that. And I'm eyeing these plates for $2.99 for the pair. I love those sweet roses, and it's actually something quite interesting, garland rose from the Thun Company, Bohemia, Czechoslovakia. That was a steal. And the sugar bowl is not bone china, you can tell. It's $9.99. And I think that's a bit high for that piece. But it sure is cute. You could put jewelry in that. Oh, we have some holiday dishes. I have a friend that has been looking for a Christmas pattern. She was deciding on some at the Bluebird Circle last December, and we just couldn't narrow it down. And she's got lots more time to figure that out. The Gibson Company made everyday microwave safe dishes, and JCPenney's, Sears would have sold this brand, and at under $1 a piece, that's not bad. Let's have a look at some of the pretties in this case. I see some top brands already. This figurine is a bit overpriced, $39.99. I'm quite surprised. Let's look at the back stamp and see what we can learn about it. It is made by the Royal Doulton Company. Top of the hill. It is part of a collection, so perhaps if that's the little lady you've been looking for, then it would be worth it to you. Otherwise, I would definitely wait on that. These blue and white gold rim plates would make a nice presentation for the holidays, $19.99. And look at the dolls they have. This has never been taken out of the box. It's in pristine condition, and it comes with the papers from the Franklin Heirloom Doll Company. And this one is named Elizabeth. I have a daughter with the same name. And surprisingly, it is priced very well, unlike some of the other pieces in this case. $15.99. I think that is a bargain for a doll that's never been taken out of the box. And look at this. That's probably a familiar pattern to you. I see this a lot at resale stores. And let's look at the back stamp. It is Royal Worcester. $14.99. I think that's a fair price, especially being oven to table. And here's some more Christmas dishes. $99 at JCPenney's, and now it's $49.99. I'm loving this pewter set. It does not require any care other than keeping it clean. You don't have to polish it. It's made by the Woodbury Pewter Company. But look at that price, $149.99. I think that is very high. Although it is a lovely set, I don't see a sugar bowl, and I don't think that it should be priced like that. But, you know, maybe they'll change it later if it doesn't sell. And this Pomona pattern from Port Merion is quite a find. I was able to get some plates at the upscale resale in Dallas in this pattern. Of course, it is made in England. It is original. It's not made in China. $24.99. It's a fair price if I were at an antique shop. I'm just a bit surprised that Goodwill would put high prices on it like this. But, you know, sometimes you have to take yourself out of where you are and look at what you have in your hands and decide, is it worth it for you? Like this set here, I don't think I would pay that at an antique shop. Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't. And if I were trying to add this to complete my collection, you know, I probably would pay $40. I really would. But if I'm just looking for a gift or something interesting. And this bowl, yes, let's get a closer look at this. Even though I do have some in this pattern, I really don't need the bowl because I have Wilton Armetale, and that goes with everything. Beautiful back stamp on that. I do like that. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the tableware. And the rest of the store, they usually put them on top of the clothing racks. And sometimes that is kind of hard to see. I like to do a quick overview to see if there's anything that seems interesting or valuable. White dishes are always a plus. You can mix it with something like this blue and white platter. And sometimes you really do find some great brands or maybe even the piece to complete your set. I have the Villerenbach Cellini as my white. This is Homer Laughlin. That was very popular in the probably 40s, 50s, 60s. This plate with the cherry blossoms is interesting. And look at that back stamp, W.S. George. Not familiar with that. That really is a neat piece. You could use that as a tray and put maybe your cream and sugar on that and maybe some sweet treats. This compote is modern and neat. Look at that. You could even put a glass bowl inside of that compote and place an arrangement there. Wouldn't that be nice? This oversized platter is all-purpose. You probably can't get an idea of the size, but it is huge. And I like the pearled edge on that. And the poppy square platter, love this. My daughter loves poppies, and you could display that or serve in it. It's a great piece. Let's look at the back stamp. Clay art. And this is Falstaff. It's the Winterberry pattern. I was lucky enough to find a Christmas tree in this pattern that is a centerpiece. I got that at Team Resale in Tomball. And I thought, you know, let me add some dinner plates to this. I ordered them and I wasn't impressed with the quality. You can see the price is right on those, but yeah, they don't hold up. So I returned them. This is a type of plate that I've seen in Germany at some of the high-end restaurants, the Michelin star restaurants. It's made in England. It's an oven to table, and I just love it. So I got those. And this is my favorite find of the day for $9.99. Look at this love story plate. It is definitely something quite old. It's the Fragonard Victorian with that crown back stamp. Isn't it beautiful? And you'll see it has a repetitive design around the rim, 13 different pieces. And you know, I have an idea. I could take that to China Baroque. I featured them in the past, and they could make 13 different napkin rings for me. So I will definitely be taking that over to them. And of course, I could always decide to keep it as is. We'll see. And lots of collector's plates. I think this sailboat would be great in a boys' room or in a study. It is a numbered piece. And here's another one that would be neat, just on a shelf. Reminds me of Little House on the Prairie. And it's called Sunday Best, and it's also numbered. Days Gone By. So that's something that you can really find at Goodwill, because a lot of people are changing their decor and giving up collections. An opportunity for you to find some deals. And this bowl is all-purpose. I really like it. And at $2.99, you could do so much with it. And this oval casserole, or open vegetable, as they probably call it, caught my eye, and it is Flint Ridge. I love that it has a foot on it. You don't really see that too often. It's made in California. I love that platinum rim. And you just never know what you'll see. I like this plate. That looks like it's had quite a life. And this bowl as well, with the gold accents on it. It's a bit faded, but you could do something fun with that. And these saucers are catching my eye for $12.99. I like that. And that's also Gibson, but it's a classic white. My daughter has some white Gibson in her college apartment. And these saucers have a beautiful design. I love the soothing colors, and it's made by Mikasa, and it is called Optima. And if you don't find the teacups, you could certainly put a white cup in its place. And these popcorn bowls, I think, would be great as a gift. Think of this as gift packaging and not necessarily a gift in itself. You could certainly add some microwave popcorn, candy, something fun, wrap it up with cello. And you can even use popcorn as a base for your packaging instead of the peanuts and the expensive shredded paper. This is made in Japan, and it is crazed. Again, you could use that for maybe just a base to put a bowl on top, or maybe even a vase and do something decorative as a centerpiece. And this looks familiar to me. It is Blue Ridge pottery from the Southern Potteries Company. My mother grew up with a lot of Blue Ridge, and every time she saw it in an antique shop, she just had to pick it up, and it brought back a lot of memories for her. And punch bowls, I think, are underappreciated. And you usually find these at Goodwill stores and thrift shops. There's so many possibilities. You could use this for a salad, for chips, if you have maybe a Mexican buffet. I help a friend a lot for her parties, and she fills it with mixed fruit. And this three-footed bowl is pressed glass, and I think that's such a sweet piece. You could do a lot with that. Serve a pudding for dessert. And this celery-shaped dish, I really like. It's got some detail there, and think of the gift possibilities for a piece like this. You could fill it with something, even just some homemade treats, and it makes a great, great presentation. That's one of those hidden gems today for $6.99. And here's a brand new item that you could shop early, maybe for Christmas. It is a Brie Baker, and it's that nice trendy gray color, new with tags. So for $9.99, you can't go wrong. And these look like punch cups, but they actually might fit a snack set. And I think even though that's a bit pricey, $1.99 is way too high for that type of punch cup. You can use those for fresh fruit or a cold soup. You don't necessarily have to have the matching. That's the Anchor Hocking back stamp. Do you see that in the glass? And that gravy boat definitely would be something practical. The bubble glass, my aunt has quite a lot of this. $2.99, that's a deal. I really like that. A nice cookie plate. And let's take a quick look down here and see what we find. This would be a perfect centerpiece bowl with the gold accents. I can see it for the fall or for Christmas. $7.99. Yeah, I think that's definitely a steal. I'm not going to get it because I just don't need anything quite like that right now. But something to think about. And this Shannon Crystal Pillar Candle Holder is a nice piece. It makes quite a statement with the square shape there. Very masculine. And it's got the sticker. Be a great gift. You could pair that with a candle. It's made in the Czech Republic. And you'll see up top it can fit a pillar candle or a taper. So it's quite versatile. And here's another piece of Wilton Armetale, Bless This House. It is a very lightweight. It has the back stamp. This one I can tell is made in China. It weighs nothing. So I probably will pass on that. Look at this compote dish from the Indiana Glass Company. I featured uses for compotes recently, and the frosted look is quite nice. $3.99, that's a deal. And look at this storage basket. It's got an Asian flair, $19.99. I like the trio of baskets here. That could be an interesting thing to set in a bedroom or a den. I think the possibilities are endless with this piece. And here's a nice gift set. It's great for the fall. Look at the pine cones, $3.99. Looks like they priced everything individually. But it's a great opportunity to just maybe buy a pair and give as a gift. This is the Sloot horseshoe pattern from the L.E. Smith Glass Company, 99 cents each. That's a great deal. That's about 100 years old. My father has that pattern. And even though this is a florist vase, I like the cobalt color, and $3.99 is fair. And you can see all the different colors they have. It's great to keep these on hand. There's a wine cooler, terracotta, and look at this urn. That is quite interesting. And you can see the original price tag. I always like to flip things over because you never know what you will learn about a piece. And I like to keep some bright colors on hand, but I still like the classic. Here is a milk glass bud vase. Look at that. It's only $2.99. I'm not going to grab it because I have so many bud vases I keep for just adding a rose from the garden, bringing to a friend to cheer them up. And I probably just don't need one more right now, but I hope someone takes that home and really enjoys it. This is a knockoff on the Swarovski crystal, the lotus flower, and that's acrylic. It is not crystal, $4.99. I like to just take a look just to see what catches my eye. And this pie keeper reminds me of the 70s. A lot of ladies went to the ceramic studio and made things like that. And this ring holder would be great even for a kitchen counter. You know, if you're busy with your hands, you want to take your rings off and secure them. Makes a really good gift for $2.99. Pair that with a piece of jewelry. And this teapot looks to be Fitz and Floyd. It's $6.99. I really like that. Perfect for the holidays. Let's look at the back stamp. It's Avon. Didn't see that coming. Really like that design. And let's see how that works. Okay. I think that'll sell quickly. And let's see what else we find here. Oh, there's the penguin cookie jar. And a Tinkerbell teapot. Wouldn't that be great for a little girl's birthday party? You could even do a floral arrangement in that. And anything Disney is so expensive, so $4.99 is a really good deal. But I also like to inspect items because upon closer look, it is broken and chipped on the handle, so we'll have to pass on that. This two-tiered server is classic with the gold and white. It would go with just about anything, and I think if you just got a screwdriver, you could fix that. And that would be a really good purchase. They're so practical. And this, I'm really surprised to find. It's quite a modern look. Usually you see older things. And this is known as a pierced pitcher or a carafe. This teapot reminds me of the 90s. And I actually found the creamer and sugar to match it. I don't see a back stamp, but that doesn't matter. Definitely would be a nice addition to your table. And this is a bread warmer. You place this brick inside the oven, and then you wrap it in a cloth. It's from the Longaberger Company that made the baskets. So I don't see the basket here, but you could probably fit that in something else. And this enamel metal bowl is Reed & Barton. I recognize that design, and there's the back stamp. It does have a flaw on the front with the color affected, so I probably wouldn't get that. And it's never too early to think about Christmas gifts and packaging. Punch Studio makes some great boxes, and they're usually quite expensive. Look at that detail. And if you have a small piece of jewelry, it'd be perfect for that. Sometimes you have an oversized item or just something a little off or doesn't come with the original box, and, you know, not a bad idea. Some great options today. And for the bathroom, it's always nice to have a matching set. And here we don't have to go to Steinmart because they've sadly closed their stores. For $9.99, you can have the tissue box cover and the soap dispenser and the little tray. And sometimes you just pay more than you want to, but you find what really matches your home and something you've been looking for, and it's all worth it. I like to take a look at frames. Sometimes I find Waterford crystal, and one like this would be great for featuring a menu for a party. It doesn't just have to be for a photo. Threshold is a Target brand. That's a nice frame. I do like that. For $3.99, it's probably about $10 or $15 at Target. And here's some more packaging. It looks like maybe something came off, but you know, for Christmas, I can see a beautiful flower, maybe a poinsettia on top. You could really just get your hot glue gun out and complete that, or a white rose, and use that for decor or perhaps for a special gift. And that's from TJ Maxx originally. I love it when they keep the price tags on so you get an idea of the origin and if it's something new or old. This hand-painted matting on the frame insert would be really neat for maybe a birthday party or special luncheon. You could place your menu inside, take out that sheet music. I could see some possibilities with this piece. And these baskets look like they might fit that warming brick that we saw earlier to keep your bread warm. I think you could really make that work. And baskets, of course, are useful for even using as a base for gifts. So many ways you could save some money on packaging. And this is great for storage. You could hide something in that or use that as a decorative accent. Even keep some washcloths rolled up in your guest bath. Some of these even have the tags on still. Yeah, whenever I need a basket, I definitely go to Goodwill. I don't pay retail for these. It's just, they're so expensive. And you know, you're in Texas when you find something from Mexico, a sombrero. I have a huge collection of these and sarapes for parties. I've actually left them in Tennessee for now. Cozumel is a short flight from Houston, also near Cancun. Great for entertaining and using as a centerpiece. Look at the beautifully arranged glassware. Oh, this really is pleasing. I like when a store goes out of their way to make things look nice and inviting. And look at that. New with the tag. I think that is a winner. This is made by a potter in Austin, Texas. And it's called Wine Aficionado. And they are $25, and this is $2.99. So, you know, pair that with your favorite bottle of wine. You've got a great gift. And these glasses, the highballs, I've actually bought before at the Catholic Charity Guild for a party about 15 years ago. And I'm super excited about this bud vase. Not only is it priced right and pretty, but it's Paşabahçe. It is a Turkish crystal. And I like to collect different crystal brands, and I had not yet had anything from Turkey, so yay. And these champagne flutes, there are a pair of them in the beautiful olive green. They might look incomplete to you. You might think I need 8 or 12 for my entertaining, but think about it from a gift standpoint. You could pair 2 lovely champagne flutes with your favorite bottle of champagne, and you've got a really nice gift for someone. Looks like they've got some souvenirs here. Shout out to our viewers in New Mexico. And this creamer at $9.99 is pressed glass. I don't think that it's worth that. Definitely wouldn't pay it. Here's an example of why you should shop the entire store when you go to Goodwill, because this piece goes with another collection that we saw earlier. These wine glasses are nice, but they are pressed. They're not cut crystal. Martha Stewart is with us today. Look at that beautiful mug. And pair that with some of your favorite tea. There's some great gift opportunities here in the glassware section. I know Starbucks is highly collectible. $4.99 is maybe a good deal, but I think it's got a little spot on it. Start each day with a grateful heart. Most definitely. And these look to be maybe mid-century. A pair, look, there's one hiding. That'd be nice for your morning coffee. And I like to look at the artwork, not that I have space that I need to fill on my walls, but still like to get some ideas, and you never know what you'll find. Maybe something that has been cross-stitched, embroidered. And when you're looking at art, make sure to consider the frame. This is $29.99, but maybe you really just want the frame. And that would be a nice gift. It's brand new. And this reminds me of the 70s with a folk art painting. That's beautifully framed too. You could easily slip that out if you had something else in mind. Or in a case like this, maybe you like the print, but the frame just doesn't go with your decor. So you could do the opposite and buy it for the print. This actually speaks to me. I considered getting this because it just showcases so many beautiful pieces of glass from the Tiffany & Company, New York. And look at this from Darmstadt. That's a designer I'd never heard of before. Oh, look at that. That looks almost like early 1900s. It's from England. This is from Nancy, France, and it is Dôme, which is a French crystal that you don't really find too often. This is also from Nancy, and Val Saint-Lambert from Belgium. I really wish that it was double matted. I don't know that I like it. It just kind of fades into the frame, but you know, it's probably worth it just to have that print. This French provincial chair, I think you could breathe new life into. The cushion is a bit dated. I think you could easily just put more fabric, and even if you didn't want to repaint it, you could maybe do something black and white, a dramatic look with that. Here's a Jenny Lind style child's rocker. And that's a good price, $14.99. With the cushion, that looks like in great shape. These 4 chairs would be nice for outdoor dining, entertaining, al fresco, $24.99. I have some of these, and I think that price is really good. They do have some nice outdoor things. This set of 4 garden chairs I knew would not last long because they're very well priced and they look like brand new. $29.99 for all 4, and within 10 minutes there was a lady that purchased these. I helped her to her car, and if I had a need for those I would have bought them too. And I do find golf clubs a lot at Goodwill stores. One of my friends, her husband shops for these and then flips them for local pickup, but I wouldn't know what to look for. But if you're a golfer, that certainly is a way to add to your collection affordably. Instead of paying retail. It's not just about tabletop, even though that is my focus. And sometimes it's just kind of a mishmash, but you have to look through things. That would be nice for a wild animal collection. Here's another one of those Punch Studio boxes. And I just don't know that that would sell right now. Maybe you can wait for that color of the week. $4.99. That's a fair price, especially with everything getting more expensive. And this one here is for a bottle of wine, but I'm thinking you could maybe put a crystal vase inside of that, or maybe even roll up some napkins or a table runner for creative packaging for $3.99. And this candy twist, I just love that for the holidays. That's a fun piece. You can easily gift that with some candies inside. And napkin rings are always fun. I certainly don't need any more of those, but it's always nice to have variety when you're out shopping. And, you know, chinoiserie tends to find me. Look at this. I don't love the frame, but I really like the print. And I always look at the back. Sometimes you find a Kirkland sticker on it. I don't know where that, I guess it was something that maybe you bought prefab from a store like Pier 1 or Kirkland's. They do have some designer handbags. A lot of the Goodwill stores have Coach. And this one here with the orange accents looks to be just about new. And I'm not in the market for more handbags, but I always like to look at the prices. And that's pretty good, $29.99. And you could even sell that on eBay. I think the price is right on that. And I keep going back to this. I'm not getting it, but I just think that's such a great gift, especially for a guy, because it's not too feminine. $8.99. I think that's a deal. I really like that.
Thanks again for coming along today for the Goodwill shopping. I found a couple of great deals, including this plate. And I was amazed at the different brands they have. For example, Royal Doulton, Port Merion, and Wilton Armetale, and including Mottahedah. That was a first for me to find at a Goodwill store. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with Goodwill shopping.